Water has the button down. And these guys are getting it on here in winner semis here at Honeypot 7, Game 1 on Small Battlefield.
Talk about a segue. Look at this guy.
So they pay us the big bucks.
Getting paid?
But ATATA really getting into it, getting after it with that 42%. And you're already seeing him play a more evasive play style than I'm used to from ATATA. He's someone that's usually getting in there and boxing quickly, but he's getting his damage and immediately retreating and forcing Wario to come after him.
Yeah, it's going to be that gameplay of like he's got like Wario's really stubby, but has that like really good air mobility, and with Ness wanting to be in the air, throwing out those large multi-hit moves, it's going to be on. It's going to be a lot of those air-to-air interactions.
We're seeing Loaf get that reversal off the ledge, get that grab, and just continue to clap it up at the top of the stage, unit things back up. But covering a little too high, gonna get a lot of damage tacked on from that yo-yo. Just the rebound, but Loaf not entertaining none of that, just immediately disrupting.
The amount of times that I've seen ATATA pull that and it work is incredible. And that might be a reason why Loaf is very, very good at playing against ATATA.
Almost getting a holy water confirmed there with that PK fire into the up smash on the yo-yo. ATATA getting that first stock here. Loaf just trying to stop the bleeding. Just has this ledge trap, but ATATA thrives on the ledge in these scenarios.
Yeah, like no one draws circles like ATATA. No one takes the ledge like ATATA.
Oh, the reversal on the PK Thunder too. I thought that was a misinput, and it might have been, but it didn't matter.
It was like, yeah, you want to see a circle? Watch this.
Gonna take my time just to let my invulnerability recharge a little bit, but the Swan Dive will be the Swan Song in that first stock. So both evening things back up here, and just trying to find his way in through this wall that ATATA has been putting up since go.
Yeah, nice grab, man. Trying to retreat a little bit, ATATA, but not able to, and then getting stuck on that platform. PK Thunder a lot in this first game.
I believe the full waft is already pretty much online for Loaf. He's going to be probably looking for it right now. I definitely was going to say he's looking for it right now, and he finds the mark immediately to really just take a sudden lead in this game one.
Yeah, I think you were right. The waft I was there, and now ATATA.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me say that.
The stock count.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to rewind to like a minute, you can check it out, but you don't want to miss this live gameplay from these two. The Swan Dive not going to work that time, but the grab, catching ATATA's landing, and the bike. Aw, man.
Just getting through, just weaving his way through that bike edge guard, but ATATA still down after that waft setup. But Loaf just continuing to tack on this damage as he gets the opportunities. And man, to still find his way back here. He's so good off stage, but now that he has this full stock deficit, Loaf can just take his sweet time as he continues to just push this advantage. But that's what I was talking about. Just he's so good on the ledge, he can find those side magnet reversals, and that's going to keep him alive here.
And it only took him 1 or 2 tries to figure out one of Loaf's traps on the ledge. Loaf was keeping that bike on the ledge as just an extra box of hitbox to like stop ATATA from getting back to the ledge as easily as he normally does. And now got to find his way out of this big deficit and finds himself on the ledge yet again.
And it's going to be a little bit more, I believe, until that half walk comes through, unless it did just come through. Going to have less frames to activate that waft if he really finds the right confirm. But ATATA still holding on here at a 135. Needs to find his way back onto the stage and try to get some damage here. Force Wario off stage, but has just not been able to find that meaningful opening. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, going way out for the forward air, but not going to be able to get back safely. Loaf taking the first game with that down air.
Yeah, just you could tell that ATATA felt like he needed to maximize that advantage state, which you don't really see from him. He typically knows when he needs to cut the brakes on an advantage, but he was down so much. He needed to try to maybe snipe a jump from Wario there, who didn't have access to that bike, but missed the mark, and he paid for it with that stock.
Yeah, and he was so good at delaying his recoveries and changing up his recovery as to not let Loaf get an easy edge guard on him. We saw it once in that first game, but as the game went on, ATATA was figuring out what Loaf is really, really looking for and was making the adjustments. Unfortunately, he was just a little too far off the stage in that last interaction, and Loaf was able to get an easy punish and steal that first game.
I still feel like you have to feel good, though, as ATATA after that game one. You had a really strong lead. You had a strong game plan going in, but just you're going to eat a waft sometimes, especially something that's so good as finding them as loaf. But eating at 30% is just really hard to come back on. So it's a best of 5. You saw a lot of chances to avoid those waft scenarios. So it makes sense that we're running it right back to small battlefield.
Yeah, you got at least 6 stocks left. The best way to go about it is to not let all of them get taken by waft, but that's just not possible.
Unless it's a really long game and you're really eating those apple wafts. But
you know what? I'm here for it. There's a 7-minute timer on those for a reason. Like, just because these are fast-paced characters doesn't mean that we don't have to sit here and play.
We can go timeout. We can mix it up.
Exactly. Yeah, production, right? 7-minute timeout. Timeout.
We don't have any Sonic. We don't have any Steve in top 8. We might as well, just do it for one for, just for the goats.
We got to fill the time somehow.
But again, and we see ATATA getting off to this early lead. Now it's a matter of holding on to that lead and maintaining it.
That bike has been such a menace. Just in this first stock, but that first game, Wario Loaf was using it as kind of a hazard from the ledge for ATATA. Because we haven't seen ATATA do his patented PK flash from the ledge, because that bike is there and it would take that hitbox.
Yeah, just that disruptive force that Loaf has been using time and time again. Ness so used to playing catch with a baseball. He's been having to catch a motorcycle throughout this set. But it hasn't really been an issue for him. He has a really sizable lead, and that grab, that back throw will get it done for that first stock.
That's just, spot dodge is such a little nana boo boo move. I hate, it works so well in its moments, but it feels so slimy to just be and then immediately get a kill off of it.
Getting those cancels out of those spot dodges, very common in those up close scenarios. Force smash ultimate, and ATATA making the most of it. He tries to tack on some more extra credit here, but Loaf getting that grab off the parry, going for this ledge trap scenario, looking for that lingering forward tilt, and he will time that perfectly as soon as that legend vulnerability is up on ATATA.
It feels like that the timing was perfect. You nailed it. Loaf knowing that ATATA has to make a decision in that moment, and if the invulnerability runs out, whether or not he's making a move or not, that F tilt is going to hit, and it's going to be a stock. And getting that re-grab again, looking for the waft that is now here.
Almost an exact one-to-one scenario that we saw in that game 1, where this is about the time that waft came through and ended ATATA's second stock. You already see he's got his eye on it. He's playing very defensively in the corner. You already see those lingering up tilts. He just trades with it, thankfully. But Loaf just continues the attack and continues to apply that pressure.
And it's so fun watching Loaf play, because every single option that he pushes and every button he pushes, it feels so intentional and so direct. It's always going to do something, even though that waft missed. It was so close. But
it's so important too, especially for ATATA's psyche in this second game. He does not have to worry about a strong waft for quite some time, and he's still dead even. Unfortunately, he'd like to be in that lead given the scenario, but in a much better position than he was in that game 1, but in a bad spot off stage right now. Never mind, you're in a bad spot off stage right now, Loaf.
Yeah, you might have thought that he was bad. He took the bike and sent it straight and went right to the left blast zone, but ATATA was just able to perfectly time his buttons to make this just bad for Loaf, and now takes another lead, and that dash attack not fully connecting. And football's almost over for the day, but he was not ready for that one.
But ATATA just continue to hold on to this second stock, yo-yoing across town just to continue to tag on some unexpected damage. Loaf just struggling to find a meaningful opening and sell out this second stock.
Yeah, and that PK Thunder would have set up perfectly for an up air for ATATA, but the back is to the wall, not almost, for Loaf on this last stock as he takes that second stock from ATATA.
He's not going to have that full waft online for a bit. He does have that half waft. May not even get to be able to let it rip. ATATA applying that pressure with that PK flash. That back throw, going to force him back off stage with no bikes. That means a very limited recovery for Wario. He does make it back.
Very, very cleverly. Yeah, not dealing with that bike. Don't really want to give it to Wario, and he still did. Oh no, this is that combo starter, and the roll to continue to the advantage. Loaf at taking ATATA to 75% and the back air. Late in this game, Loaf has made a comeback, steals the PK Thunder and the game, going up 2-0 in this set.
I'm shocked, man. Loaf did everything he could to waste ATATA's resources and get that edge guard, and he just casually runs off stage, and he puts himself in a perfect position to waste that PK Thunder too. And now ATATA is down 2-0, and a set where he could very well be up 2-0.
Yeah, at least tied 1-1. That game was looking all ATATA, and then that last stock, Loaf, flipping the switch and just annihilating that last stock from Ness in an instant. And now we're seeing those things that separate like these characters from like top tier to better. And Ness having those really big struggles off stage is one of those things. And Loaf taking full advantage right now with that down air into the... Oh my gosh.
And magnet hands on the PK side magnet user, saving ATATA there. And now he's just reversaling himself. But what was looking like a really dire ledge trap edgeguard scenario, ATATA still is alive, but that back air forcing him off stage once again. This has been all Wolf in terms of these edgeguards so far.
Yeah, but not even waiting for, not even letting him do the second PK Thunder and going for the cheeky reverse lefty circle drawing. Not going to be any good for ATATA, and now down a stock early in this last game, in this third game.
And I'm just really not used to seeing ATATA threatened off stage this consistently. Yes, he's playing Ness, but he is so good at taking advantage of people, taking advantage of him off stage, but he keeps getting forced off stage of so much damage and edgeguards over and over. He did find that first stock, and he is doing just fine right now in terms of percent, but man, I'm just not used to, again, I'm just not used to seeing him edgeguarded this often.
It's really jarring because the game is so even on stage. Like, ATATA is able to get his damage and get his combos and win neutral multiple times, and Loaf is also doing that. It's just that off stage, Loaf is just so concise and really good at knowing exactly what will just steal the stock away. Not letting ATATA dawdle off stage, not letting him do his cute stuff, just making sure that it is just straight, I'm taking your stock, run it back.
And we're just continuing to see these guys duke it out in neutral, trading blows back and forth. Finally getting another offstage scenario here that Yo-Yo's not going to find its mark, but ATATA continuing on the offensive here, but needs to get this stock. Loaf finally getting that first hit, but not getting anything out of it. But uh-oh, we've got Waft.
It's Waft time, and this is just, momentum is not in ATATA's favor, and that Waft, that glowing is just so subtle, but it is in the forefront of everyone's mind. And if you lose, and if you're ATATA and you lose this stock before the Waft is used, that worst case scenario.
And he just lets it rip right there mid-stage. He knows that if ATATA had stayed in shield there, it was going to break his shield either way, so that's going to cover a lot, and ATATA and Loaf's just going to cover that second stock, but we are down to last stock on both sides.
So impressive for ATATA to take the Waft, take it off the chin, and then parry the approach, and then seal and even the stocks in this last game, potentially, for the winner side of ATATA. No.
And ATATA going for the reversal edgeguard. That isn't going to take it on a fresh Wario stock, and that is going to be ATATA's winner stock life. Loaf advancing 3-0 to winners finals.
I'm perplexed.
I think that he assumed that he was